are a brand. So if you don't write that narrative, the internet will. Because before, for example, Instagram was used to show off where you were today, what you had for lunch, all those flat lay photos. That's what it used to be for. Cute selfies. Here's this filter. Voila. Right. But these days, that's not the case anymore. You are branded based on the content that you post online. Oh, you're the sports girl. Oh, you're the SEO guy. Oh, you are the mountaineering person. If you have a bunch of just random things on your Instagram, even AI won't be able to make sense of it because, again, no lived experience. So it won't understand yet that, oh, just random things on your feed, right? So, again, and this works for people who are employees who have corporate careers because they think that they're just, oh, I'm just working the 9 to 5. This doesn't really matter, but it does. So I think that's a first point to make, that no matter who you are, what you're doing, you are inevitably already building yourself up as a brand. So you really have to think that through. How would you like to be known as? Because everything that you post online will not just be immortalized, but will be highly associated to you. That is you. That is your brand, right? The second one, as for use cases, inciting is one of the most guiding principles when it comes to content creation, understanding your insights, right? So every content piece that you put out there, you see your impressions, your engagement, the time that people started engaging when you posted it, which one works, which parts of your audience, your followers resonated with that certain piece of content. There's now a reshare icon that you see, okay, how well does this land with the people that I'm talking to? Are they confident enough to share it with other people? Are they confident enough to repost it or reshare it on their own feed, on their own timeline? Because those two say so much about the content that you've posted. And with AI, you get to really deep dive into the details of, okay, here's my feed. Out of 100 posts of mine, which ones work the best and what do they have in common? Is there a pattern that sometimes you're also sporadic, you just do it because you're passionate, have a great idea today, I record it, I shoot it, I can't wait, so I just post it, right? So yeah. And then again, automation is there. You can now schedule things, whether that's natively through a third-party platform, you can do that. And then the third layer to it is now with AI, you don't just measure your own content, you can do that across the content of other people too. So as I've mentioned earlier, now, for example, with Gary, this whole time I thought it was Vaynerchuk. So it's Vaynerchuk.
I think he goes by both. Like, I think he's just like, it's me.
Gary
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vaynerchuk. Yeah.
You can get insights from his posts, from his content. If you have specific content pieces that you want to follow or that you think you can pull off, you can grab those links from different key opinion leaders out there, put them on AI, and then that scans it for you. It even tells you, okay, this is best posted at this hour because the people who want to see this content are awake, alive, and engaged at this hour, right? Or even create your talking head scripts for you. Because sometimes you have, for example, me, I'm literally rambling on because I have so much to say, but I can put all of this into an AI platform and have it trim it down to 30 seconds, make it sound like me. For as long as you've taken the time to, again, sit down with it, teach it the skill that you want it to learn, then it makes your life easier. But again, you still have to make that initial investment of sitting with it. One thing that I super love doing is creating skills on Perplexity. So we choose the Claude Cowork as the back end support of it, but just creating skills that you need for content creation, the creative iterations that you make for every content piece, it does the revisions for you to to create your scripts, to see how you can better place this, to even brand every content piece. Because at the end of the day, for yourself as a person, your branding might be a lot more subtle. But if you're working with a brand, for example, for yourself, if you have clients that need to be better branded because they're corporate or they're a fast moving consumer good or whatnot, then you might have to rethink that strategy and figure out a way. Okay, how do I lessen the time that I spend behind the screen and still come up with the same output? And that's where AI is very helpful.
Okay, so you hit on a couple things that I wanted to highlight and get your opinion on. Certainly, I have my own opinions on it. So, building a personal brand is important for an employee, for a business. That's what a spokesperson used to be. Now you have kind of like, CEOs, right? Raising money, leading, landing deals, driving the business, depending on any size you're at, who you are. Like we have celebrity CEOs all over the place now, right? Like just look at Elon Musk, look at NVIDIA. Like you have these people that can create a huge amount of influence, whether it be social media or other, but you have to have a brand. People need to know who you are, and they make judgments on that. That has always been around, like from the spokesperson to the celebrity CEO. And anytime you move anywhere, you want to make yourself as if you're working with the company, invaluable. Like I'm even seeing kind of like, private equity people, like they don't want to post because they don't think it's important, but it is important if you're putting deals together. Now, if you make that connection to growing a business or a brand, and that's where we're really seeing it, is like, okay, your company's an entity, your self is a personal entity, and then you have all these kind of associations of different things that you're associated with, that those are all kind of, where's that connection on the knowledge graph. And so, content, whether it be social media content or blog content or video, wherever you're at, you're building that story, like you said. And I think that Facebook, a lot of times people are posting random stuff or even Instagram. So it's very hard for the AI to categorize it, because like, you're kind of all over the place, and the people that
like pizza.
Yeah. And so, but if you're a business and, years ago, people were like, well, oh, Instagram's not important. TikTok's not important. Like that keeps changing.
Yeah.
But it's just like, this is where people are, and you need to understand who your target persona is and how you're reaching them, and what kind of content do they engage with and interact with. And that doesn't matter. And now I think it's just like, you have access to everybody from their phone to whatever they're doing. From all these different platforms have opened up, like paid, like you can run ads on Disney now, ESPN, like you can reach people anywhere. You can form that message however you like doing it. And I think there's just more options today, but having like a good understanding of what you're trying to do. But what would you say to businesses that are not engaging in social media, that they're not engaging on building content? Like there's kind of this transitional switch of like, oh, I get all my business from referrals, and now, well, those referral sources are retiring or moving on to something else. And now they're going, okay, like I actually need to digitally transform my business and my growth strategies, and how to do that. And it lands in content, in my mind. Like that's the engine to all this, the messaging, and that's critically important.